Hello, I'm Pam, and welcome back to my channel, Made by Pam. And today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I've been wearing all day. It is my shirt and skirt ensemble, and I think I had my mannequin a little bit too close. I've got the skirt there, and it goes about down to my calf. It was longer, it went down to my ankles, and I decided I needed to change it up. And I had a different waistband on the top, and I decided I needed to change that. And I just have the shirt tucked in. And I've kind of done a patchwork design on the top here. You can see that? A little patchwork design. I have a blue, red, and black seashell design. And that is a Simplicity pattern. Let's see. A Simplicity pattern 3789. And then as a Kahali Ollie collection. And I've made it as part of the Black History Month pattern designers challenge. And then my skirt is a Simplicity 2416, also a Kahala Ali collection that I have done for the Black History Month pattern designers challenge. So those are the two items that I did to go together to match. And I was kind of discouraged. My son, while I was sewing a snap in the section of the shirt right here, because it went out just a little bit too far. I was sewing a snap in that section, and my son went behind my dress form mannequin, because I had the shirt on there and the skirt on there, and I was sewing on the snap. And my son went behind and he took my pair of scissors and he snipped a hole in the back of the skirt. And I was like, oh my goodness, I got so discouraged. I was so, kind of sad. I was just like, man, I did all that work, and what does he do? He goes and cuts it. And I asked him why, and he's like, well, I just wanted to stick my hand through it. I'm like, well, we don't go cutting up mommy's clothes that she just got done working on. So I did fix it. I tried to put a patch on it, because the hole was, a pretty good, decent size. So, when he clipped it, it was kind of like that. Well, I don't even know if you can really see that, but there's a pretty good size hole. So you could fit your finger through it and stuff. And I tried to put a patch on it with some like fusible patch stuff, heat and bond, and it messed up the fabric something horrible. And so I decided I had to unpick that section and cut it out and cut a new piece and sew it together. And so now you can't really even tell that that's what has happened. So it wasn't a total loss. But yeah, and with this shirt, on the opposite side, it's blue shells. And then this side is the red shells. And then I've done the red buttons. And then back here on my mannequin, let me go ahead and pull her forward. I still need to come up with a good name for her. But I am working on this on Instagram on my channel at Made by Pam 78. I had posted a couple pictures, and I'd had this panel piece combined with this. And I was kind of like, what do I do? And after combining them together, I realized, you know what? That's just not going to work. So what I did is I unpicked it and took it apart and took this piece off. And I'm like, well, I already have this piece prepped and sewn. I will just go and cut out these other pieces. So I cut out this piece, and I cut out this back piece, and I did the little darts there. And I already have the sleeve pieces cut out and got that going. And then I was working on the collar today. Wherever I put that extra one that I had that I was working on and messed up. Anywho. Oh, there it is. So I was doing the collar piece. And silly me, I totally got it backwards. So, the collar's supposed to go on, and these are supposed to go, these are the points right here. Well, I totally screwed up. And so I'm trying to fit it around the collar of the shirt. And it's just not quite working. I'm like, what the heck did I do wrong to have so much excess? And then I realized that I sewed it wrong. This side was supposed to be open to go along the neck, and this part was supposed to be sewn up. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to cut a new piece and sew it up. And so it's supposed to look like that. So it has those pieces. So now it's going to work because those pieces are sewn together as to where this one was sewn wrong. So, yeah, that was one of those little, oops. So, yeah, but that's what I'm currently working on, and that is also a Simplicity 3789 McCullough Holly collection, VUB, but I am doing a VUF sleeve, which is kind of like that. I just didn't want the cap sleeves. I like the sleeves to be long like this. And so, because if I have a cap sleeve, I don't know. So, the sleeves are going to be this length because I've used the same dimension. Like the line on the sleeve where it says the line for the shorten or lengthen slot is where I folded it to make it. So, I have the sleeve all cut out. And I had those cut out, when I was working on this one. And I kind of did a variation, do I use black or do I use this? And someone's like, yeah, I use that, but do one of the black streams, the shell design around it. I'm like, oh, that's an idea. But I figured out a way to get enough fabric to do the whole panel. Because my problem is I wasn't having enough fabric pieced together to make both panels for the front. And so I unpicked some of my squares because I had 4x4 squares that I used to make the patchwork design. And I've sewn those together, and then the way I sewed it is so that they were kind of like diagonals. And so that's how I've done it. And I like that, the way you can make things versatile and different and make them your own is the uniqueness of being able to sew yourself. And then if you mess up, you're like, okay, can I fix this? Can I make it better? And so that's the thing. And you can add things and take things away and say, okay, do I want to do it this way or do I want to do it that way? And so, that was kind of my little hiccup with this and this is I wanted to use this fabric, but for something. And since I already had it cut out, I'm like, I'm going to use it for another shirt. And instead of doing buttons, I think I'm going to do snaps on it. Just because I have some of those plastic, snaps that I can add to it. And I think it will look very nice. Or I even have the metal prong snaps. We'll see what happens. But I think it will look good otherwise. And I know I haven't done any recent fabric hauls. I think my last fabric haul I did was when I was in Chicago. And I think I had actually picked up this fabric while I was in Chicago. And it was one of those fabrics that I was like, do I want to get that fabric or do I not want to? And I kind of, I had taken it out of the bin and I said, yeah, that's pretty nice. And I set it back in the bin. And then I took it back out and like, you know what? There's, quite a bit there. It cost me less than $1 a yard because I'm sure there was either 2 or 3 yards of the fabric. I think there was 2 yards. And so it cost me $2 for the piece of fabric in Chicago at one of the thrift shops that I went to. And, it's actually coming in handy because, that fabric's really growing on me. I really like it. It's really nice, and it's hangs really well, and it's kind of flowy. I think it's like a polyester or something, just because of the way it feels, which isn't bad. I don't mind. I like the silky feel of polyester when they're like this. It's not a rough feel. It's a soft, silky feel, so it makes it nice. But yeah, and I have been doing fabric shopping. I go on Mondays to Goodwill, and I get fabrics for $1 a piece. And so I've gotten quite a few pieces of fabric over the last little bit, but I haven't done any fabric hauls. I probably should. I just don't know if you want to see what I get, so who knows. Just let me know in those comments if you would like to see what I pick up from Goodwill. I find some pretty good deals. Like one of my videos, I had some black t-shirts that I made for me, and my 2 daughters. And that fabric, I got a big roll, a long roll. I got for $1. And so those t-shirts maybe cost me a penny to make, just because I still have quite a bit of fabric. I don't know how much yardage there is there because it's tightly rolled, and I'm not going to unroll it to count it because that would just be a nightmare. But yeah, I'm sure there's at least 15 yards, I would think, at least. And I got it for $1. Yeah, that's pretty decent. So, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of my new subscribers that I've gotten recently. Now, I am thinking, me and my daughter were talking, and I want to do a subscriber giveaway. So, me and my daughter were talking, and we're like, maybe we should do it when we hit 50 subscribers. My channel is just kind of slowly moving along, which isn't bad. I've really only been starting really doing videos since May, and it was just kind of a fluke. I was like, hey, should I do YouTube videos? And I kind of pushed it back and forth, and my daughter and my husband were like, you know what, just go do it. Just go do your YouTube videos. Go show them what you make. I'm like, okay, I will. And so that's how I got started back up. My first couple videos I had on there was from when my son was a baby and he was a toddler, and he did silly stuff like eating dirt and playing the piano and turning circles in the library. So it's just those kind of fun things. And now he's 9. Yeah, time flies by. But yeah, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'm thinking once I hit those 50 subscribers, let's see how long it takes. Maybe I should make it 40 subscribers. I'll think about it. Let's say 40 subscribers, and I will come back on when I hit 40 subscribers. Of course, I'm going to do more videos before then, of course. But I'm going to do a giveaway. I don't know exactly what yet, but I know I will include some fabric in that giveaway. And maybe I'll include one of my makes. I have plenty different makes that I've made. Like I have a pen case that I've done that holds 160 gel pens. Those are pretty nice. And I've done some other things. And I wouldn't mind, sharing that with somebody. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the like button if you like this content. I so much appreciate you watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye. Till next time.